telling you what I told the team in the locker room, which is that I don't care what our record is. I love this group of men. I love coaching them. I love going to work with them every day. I love watching them play football. We got an example of it at the end of the game today. You guys never quit, and we don't. We don't never give up. We give ourselves an opportunity to win football games just because we believe we're going to win football games. We came up short today, dug ourselves a hole, made too many mistakes against a good football team who's well coached. And anytime you do that, you put yourself in jeopardy of losing the game, and that's what happened today. But I'll take this group of guys over any group in America, and we're going to win our share of football.
Coach, you figured if you've been able to put the ball in the end zone at the end of the first half, it's going to turn out to.
I'm sorry.
You figured if you've been able to put the ball in the end zone at the end of the first half, and there were a couple of holding penalties and other things, the result might turn out to.
No. I'm not one to ever talk about officiating, but you guys saw the same game I saw. You saw some of the calls that were made in the game, just like I did. And I've never, in 17 years of coaching football, seen anything like that, ever, in my coaching career. So it is what it is.
Patrick, could you talk a little bit about, just run through the whole interception on the screen pass? What the play was, how it all unfolded?
Yeah, we're just on that one, play action in the back. A lot of times defense will lose him after you play action to him. Came off it and just tried to pop it over the top. The guy was, I didn't see him. He made a great play. I tried to get over the top of him, but he's a big guy and made an athletic play on it. So it was unfortunate. It was at a critical point in the game when we thought we had our offense finally going. So I'd tip my hat to the kid. He made a really nice play.
How tough was their pass rush?
Yeah, they're a great team. They're a great defense. Big reason why they have the success that they do. When they get hits on the QB or anyone, they take them and they make it pay. So they did a great job today. They had schemed us very well. Again, we felt like there were some plays out there that we could have made, maybe some extensive drives that we did today.
Patrick, do you figure that in terms of momentum for you guys going into the locker room, you haven't even punched in at the end of the first half that might have swung things differently?
Yeah, that was tough. We had a big pass completion down there, and to get that call back with the holding call, we just shot ourselves in the foot. It's frustrating going to the locker room, being down and all, but to not be able to get any points out of that drive was frustrating for us. But I'm proud of the guy, the way our guys played. We fought till the end. That offensive unit.
How different about you guys had to be right there. You had the turnovers, you had the holdings, and type of game that we had you a little bit because you had done the basic stuff that you could have easily won this game.
It does. It is frustrating. We realize that there were a lot of opportunities out there that we didn't capitalize on. But again, that's football. It's not always going to go your way. I thought the defense did a nice job turning the ball over for us when we needed it big time. And so again, it just happens.
You seem to get a lot of pressure from hits on you. Trying to look shaking up how bad it can get.
Yeah, we expected that going into this game. They're going to take their shots. I feel okay physically. Made it to the finals.
I think I'm trying to establish a run, obviously, that didn't really do that. I'm sure you want to come on here, throw the ball 48 times, to that effect. But hoping to do what we were having to do.
Well, I thought we managed the run game. We didn't know, trying to look at the stats here. We didn't know we were going to run for 100 yards. We even tried to. We needed to make sure we tried to establish some bit of a run. I thought we did that. We got some penalties. We got behind the chains a little bit. And then we had to throw the ball. Obviously, when we got behind in terms of the score, and we were trying to pick it up. And so that's part of the way the game goes. I still think, we had our opportunities, as has been said already before. We didn't quite capitalize on those things, but I thought we put ourselves in some good positions, and then we had some unfortunate things happen to us. We don't make any excuses. It didn't work out our way today. We'll come back and take some swings next week.
You guys thought about the physical team and the way you want to be that type of thing. Run me through how you think that played out in the trenches.
Joe, like
set the momentum for the second half, especially the third quarter. So it's a good job by them. Not a good job by us coming out of the half.
Coach, did you figure coming in, given how good these two defenses are? Did you figure coming in, given the quality of this team's defenses and also the last couple of games between these teams are pretty low scoring, were you planning on it being a high scoring game, or were you preparing for a low scoring?
We play whatever game comes to us. You know, we think we can play both. We had a low scoring game that we've won and high scoring games that we've won. So I think that's one of the adaptable things about our football team. We think we've got a pretty decent defense. We know we can move the ball offensively. We struggle some in the kicking game. That showed up today, but we did make 2 field goals, which was encouraging. So, you know, we feel equipped to play whatever type of game the other team wants. We like it rough and physical and smash mouth. And so we relish the opportunity to get after those guys today. We just didn't make it on the list to make it happen.
Can you get an explanation of where they spotted the ball after that? So just have to see when we lost about 10 yards there and that change.
And like I said, you saw the same game last time. I can't tell you what was going on in this game.
Can you address that? You and Jack will come up with some key picks when you did this running through your pick and also really Jeff to come up with that one. So,
Like we said all year, we've been focusing on doing turnovers, especially in defensive secondary. We knew they were going to try to run the ball and move it up. We're going to have a chance to hopefully make a play on it. Dummy, obviously, you guys first pick last week, and you can sort of, once you break this field, hopefully it just keeps flooding for him. On mine is, have the balls in the line receiver, just spread it low, and get a play on it.
How tough was it to give up that punt return at that point?
I can't hear you. I'm
How
sorry.
tough was it to give up that punt return at that point?
Oh, well, it's always tough when you know, play for one touchdown. You know, we talk about having the ball kicked where we want to kick it. We didn't do that. We got a ball in the middle of the field with no hang time. Those are tough to cover. No matter how good you are as a coverage team, they're difficult balls to cover. And obviously, that was a big play in the game.
You covered the first onside kick and had a difficult second one. It was flying out of bounds like that.
Well, again, you know, we didn't execute that play. Frequently, we executed it right the first time. The second time we did, we had the same opportunity to cover the kick. So, you know, it didn't come down to the outside kick. It shouldn't have come down to the outside kick. But certainly, when it does, we expect to execute it. We fight for the execution. So we have to practice it.
Coach, I remember after the Albany loss, we were quite upset with special teams, talking about reconstructing and building and all that. In general, are you happy with the progression that your special teams have made?
I am. I think we're making great progress. I thought we had some good returns today in our return game. I thought we covered the kicks well, except for the one ball in the middle of the field. We all know it's a killer for our football team. We all know that happens to us a couple times this year against Dartmouth, the same thing. So, you know, those are things that we try to coach and guard against, practice against. And when they happen, certainly hope for the best. Today, we didn't have an opportunity to do that. And again, that's on us.
Any questions?
Coach, did you Randall have a couple good returns, also some carries with the ball? Talk a little bit about his development, his going through his role as freshman.
Yes, Leon's coming along as well as we hope. He's doing a great job. He's a competitor, just like the rest of the guys in our locker room. And he gives us some spark, as you saw. He's got some juice, he's got some quickness, he's got some elusiveness. When we get the ball in his hands, generally good things happen. So we need to do more of that. We need to do more of it. We will next week. He gives us a chance. All the guys do. He certainly provided a spark for us. Alex went down a little bit in the second half. We need somebody to step up and give us some juice at the line of for us.
Is that an angle with Alex?
I haven't been told yet about the trains there.
That was the same thing. Obviously, it was wasn't a great thing.
I don't know. I can't speculate. I don't want to speculate until I know for sure that.
Any questions?
You certainly don't have if Alex is out and they have to run Alex on the roster. You're concerned about that position now?
You know, no, because the next guy's going to step up and just as we expect him to, like his teammates expect him to. We'll go forward with the next guy that's available. We'll get a week of practice, wherever it is. Away we go.
Thanks, guys.